I don't want to do this, but you know, unfinished business.
Contracts and sorts.
Yeah. So, guys, if you
Yes.
think that the Highlander movies cannot suck any more than, you know, 2, and after that the Wizard, and after Sorcerer, and after that Endgame, guess what? They found some ways to suck even more. Welcome everyone to Highlander: The Source.
This is made by the Sci-Fi channel.
Yeah.
The people who, the brilliant people who.
No, not the Sci-Fi channel.
This movie was so bad it was never released in theaters. And
It was a direct-to-TV.
It was direct-to-TV, and on the Sci-Fi channel, a channel that got famous mostly for broadcasting movies made by Asylum, of all people.
Like fucking
so,
Sharknado.
yeah, we should be in good hands.
And this was made in 2007 as well.
Back when Highlander in 2007, I gotta wonder why the fuck Sci-Fi channel was thinking. I mean, the Highlander by that point has completely lost any kind of relevance by that point.
And surprisingly enough, we called back most of the actors that needed to reprise their roles, like Connor
and Adrian Paul. Adrian Paul, who also produced this movie.
Yes.
So, question. Didn't Endgame also get a direct-to-video release too, though?
No, it got a limited. I think it got a theatrical release. I'm not quite sure if it was wide or limited though.
But at least in the worst case, Jova, that was direct to DVD. This one was direct to television, pretty much.
It's technically a TV movie, but on par with fucking Cyberbully.
Part of the reason it's because, well, let's just start. I'll explain later. People basically have to start before the sequence film logo pops up. So is everyone ready?
Ready. Okay.
3, 2, 1, click. Basically, Jova, I can imagine it's mostly because this is more of a continuation. It involves most of the cast from the series of Highlander, the TV series, or
Wait, I recognize this.
Yes, Lionsgate.
Lionsgate!
Lionsgate again!
Oh,
Pedro, Tibbs, care to let Tio know about what other crusade we've
I think I already heard of them.
We were sitting through the god-awful Alpha and Omega sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about those. What are those, actually?
They're terrible.
Alpha and Omega, basically they're sequels to the original Alpha and Omega, which is a decent film.
Hold on, narration.
Oh.
Wow, this was actually changed from the original version.
Yeah, the original had some change. Yeah. However, they still forgot to mention they cannot fight on holy ground.
Yes, don't you think that's important, guys? Basically, Jova and Dwibs, the original...
They completely disregarded that by Highlander 2.
Basically, Jova and Dwibs, the original 2007 version that aired on the Sci-Fi channel didn't have that in this narration. It was literally just a list saying, Immortals, and then, first dot, they can't have children.
5 rules or something.
but basically a fucking checklist of Highlander for dummies, basically. Like, except even back then it didn't have the can't fight on holy ground. You'd think that would be more important than cannot have any children, but hey, what do I know?
Joe, it technically still is a valid rule.
Yeah, I know that's a valid rule, but I'm saying it's like, well, didn't that rule sort of get, ripped into pieces by Highlander 2 when they apparently gave some BX excuse saying that they only do it out of commitment?
No. Somewhere in Eastern Europe, near future.
When did they enter Terminator?
Way,
was that the font? Did they recycle the font from Terminator 3? Like,
and now apparently we're in a Batman movie.
Duncan MacLeod, Immortal.
The city.
Yep.
Stays here. It's
basically, Jova, this is set in a time skip after, I think, a couple of decades
and guess
after
what?
The events of Endgame.
Yeah,
and guess what? The world has gone to shit.
Yes, once again, a post-apocalyptic world, just like Highlander 2.
Without any kind of explanation whatsoever.
I don't understand why Hollywood writers look at the first movie and think, you know what? This movie would be perfect for a post-apocalyptic scenario. Like, I don't get it. Why?
Oh, I get it, because they're immortal, so of course they live long enough to see the world go to crap. Which,
guess.
you know, that's one thing I'm going to give Highlander 1. I was actually impressed that it didn't go with the stupid cliche of having some immortal person living to see
Also, you notice something missing from the main character, but whatever. Let's not focus on him for now. Let's focus on another character for now.
Who's he?
Zai.
Well, Dweebs...
Nobody knows.
Even though it's not clearly shown because of, the lack of lightning, he can clearly see that he has a red shirt on him.
Right.
Well, apparently this guy...
Basically,
Seizure.
Well, apparently, according to the text that appears when they introduce a character, that guy's name is Zai G, and he's an archaeologist. How handy of the movie to tell us the complete profile of the character. Like they could actually show us it, of the character.
So already Brett Leonard's fallen into my one of my pet peeves with movie direction.
What? Him giving a character profile upon introductory?
No, I was talking about
causing us seizures.
Yeah, seizure causing.
Oh, I still think it's better than the fast-paced thing of Endgame, where we're fucking piloting on a spaceship.
Honest to tell, I'm gonna disagree with you there. At least the one in Endgame was funny. This is just.
Also, yeah, Duncan technically now has become a fucking vigilante.
So, question. Does this movie rely on you having watched the show?
Partially, but basically you only needed to watch the movie to get what's going on. So, mostly because basically only a few stuff from continuity actually is referenced in anything.
Suppose that could be a good thing, since it would be stupid to rely on somebody having watched an entire show.
Oh, trust me, Jove. I think they did, they saved someone by not relying too much on the show, because, trust me, if fans of the show counted on this to be the climax, the ending of it, which, by the way, still is, but whatever.
What?
Oh, and yes, by the way, remember the girl of Endgame that Duncan was in love with?
Yeah.
She's gone. Nowhere to be seen.
She's not even dead. She literally just disappeared, and now there's this girl we never heard about.
Single. Oh, he's not even single. He's basically in love with this other girl called Anna,
who we've never seen before.
Right the fuck out of nowhere.
I mean, if you if you wanted to give him a new love interest, at least have the decency of killing off the other one.
Or just split them up.
Wait, are we sure?
It's not explained. It's not even implied. It's just there.
Wait, hold on. But didn't you have a love interest in Endgame that got killed off?
No, she didn't get killed.
Remember, I came back at the end. Oh yes,
yeah, that's right.
This is our villain of the day, and Waves, much to your dismay, because that means the editing will go fuck itself some more. He has the power of super speed.
Wonderful,
brilliant. Okay, so Brett, of all the edits, Brett, of all the direction and editing tactics, you take it from Lee Tamahori.
I honestly don't think.
Basically, there are a bunch of other immortals talking to each other via Skype, I presume, and one of them is Mythos, if you remember from the last. Very well.
Those glasses.
Basically,
orbital wobble.
Basically, the planets are for some reason the planets are aligning one to each other. So the immortals are trying to understand what the fuck is going on.
Why did they bring up orbital wobble?
It's a technically it's a thing that exists.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm just wondering why the heck did they bring it up? Because
I guess they want to throw in fancy terms to sound deep or something.
Because I've studied, lots of sciences, including astronomy, and I can tell you orbital wobble doesn't have to do with what they're saying. Orbital wobble.
Don't worry, Jova. We know. Me and Tails saw the Spoonie review, and we know. Don't worry.
I'm just saying for the sake of the audience. Basically, orbital wobble is when you have...
Yeah, especially because orbital wobble is a huge term anyway.
Yeah, orbital
wobble. So this movie's 9 years old now.
Yes.
Yes.
Careful with the with the interruptions, Dibs, but fair enough. Where was I? Ah, yes, orbital wobbles. Basically, orbital wobbles are, well, they're regular across the Earth, but it has to do more so with the Earth's orbit and tilt as opposed to the planets aligning. Basically, orbital wobbles have to do with the mass and the way that the revolution affects it. It's been happening over millions of years. It also has to do with climatic shifts, mind you, which they didn't mention.
Yeah, basically, it's not the planet aligned for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you know what orbital wobble is? It's basically the extent of effects that environments have on the Earth. It's like, per se, when an earthquake so big causes the Earth to, well, literally wobble. You can't just say that that's what causes planets to align, unless we actually have an earthquake big enough to somehow affect
the planets aligning are not just an event that can happen only like once in a million years or some shit like that. It also has dramatic changes, as you mentioned, on the environment on every single planet. Something that's not happening here.
You know what would make more sense if they were trying to use orbital wobble? Make it that, hey, orbital wobble is all of a sudden getting a lot bigger and more constant, caused by this change in turn of events. There's your event.
Dweebs, hang on. We'll get through this.
Okay.
So we're back with this Spanish guy.
Right.
Okay, Brett, you're making...
Oh my god, I just realized something. The movie literally told me this guy's name, front and center, with text, and even now I can't remember it.
Tower,
yeah, Brett, you're directing a movie, not an advert.
Brett?
the director.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of paper on the street, apparently.
So, is there any particular reason why they tell us the character's name and profile every time they introduce them? Like it's something.
I don't know.
So they're ripping off Metal Gear Solid 2.
Because we're in the future, Jova.
Well, even the first one honestly did it.
True.
And this Immortal has a fucking machete.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, introducing a character in their profile isn't automatically a bad thing, even in movies. And
this place is like
my problem is that okay, I have something to say. Movie, are you actually going to explain to us who is this guy we're following, who we've never seen before? What are we doing? What's going on? What's the situation? Establish something, you stupid movie.
So the last safe haven is a football stadium.
Speaking of establishing something, where does this movie even take place?
The future.
After a couple of decades after Endgame. And remember, the initial caption said we are currently now in somewhere in Eastern Europe.
That was the initial thing. That was the initial thing.
Yeah, we're still there.
I get that. My problem is that was the initial scene. I mean, a lot of these other scenes seem like completely different countries for all we know. I mean...
Oh, yeah, well, they say, Ethos, I think, he's talking from France. Remember, not all the world has gone to shit. Some cities still survives in some way, and the richer class... Oh, God, I love this. This is this guy's master plan to infiltrate the building. Watch.
Okay.
A building that's partially abandoned.
No, I mean, he doesn't even try to disguise himself. Like
he just takes the lift.
Yeah. The security guard can see him right there. Honestly.
Okay. I'm convinced. The writers and the director were intentionally making this stupid.
I don't know.
Honestly, Dwibs, considering how Sci-Fi's in the mix, that wouldn't be a shock. Yeah, a bit of backstory on Sci-Fi. No, Sci-Fi. That's how it's pronounced. And basically, Sci-Fi is a company funded by many other channels, well, sister channels more so, but where they really get a lot of their funding is because, well, they sort of incorporate the whole mobile thing.
And there you go. Remember, boy, he's immortal, so technically he's just getting a lot of pain just to take an elevator.
Yes. Basically, yeah, I should probably...
Stealth Master. Go ahead, Jova.
Basically, one of the reasons why Sci-Fi has a lot of crap material is the fact that, well, they're a channel that provides for both television, but also mobile stuff. That's right. You see, they get a lot of their funding by also hosting on mobile stuff. Here's the thing, though. what qualifies for a mobile series, they also decide, hey, I'm sure that totally qualifies for, actual television, HD TV content sort of stuff. So pretty much this is the equivalent of, like, say, imagine if, like, they made a mobile series or something and then tried to pass that off as a full-length movie. Here you go.
What's that tagline on the poster? The quest for immortality begins.
You'll see.
Surprisingly, Dreams, we're gonna explain that.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. Basically, this guy needed to take the elevator and go to the last floor, but he was so poor in his stealth skills that he got riddled with bullets anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm guessing that was part of the plan?
I'm more shocked, though, by the fact that, surprisingly, in this crapsack world, that tower was still guarded for some reason.
He's so inept, I'm surprised he doesn't cut off his own head with that machete.
Also, I noticed a problem with this movie.
Just one? I can name you quite a few more than just one, but go ahead.
Hold on.
You have to hear this, because this is one of particularly more monumentally baffling moments in the movie.
One from Highlander 2.
And there you go.
What?
That's the password.
Yes, a vocal password.
Sure, why not?
It's basically the catchphrase of the fucking Immortals.
Why?
So, does this mean that they're gonna kill each other off? Hey, wait a minute! Why are Immortals working together?
Remember, they need to. They're talking to
each
other via Skype.
I love how the green screen is so bad. Like, it looks like Jupiter. And the interesting thing is that Jupiter's thing which was made way after this movie, looks about on par with this.
That was 2015.
I just realized something. I mean, well, from what I can gather so far, the motive of the heroes seems a lot more selfish than the other movies. I mean, I'll say what you about the other movies, but ultimately, they led to a motive that did include keeping the world safe to an extent, be it by an immortal that was, at least trying to kill off the other immortals.
Don't lose your head, buddy.
The flying hell.
Maybe I'm reading too much in this, but I get the feeling that their motives here aren't nearly as noble as, say, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I mean, those two at least, those 4 at least included, the hero trying to do something that would actually better the sake of the society. Well, granted, along the way having to kill them.
Remember, they're trying to understand why the planets are aligning and why the world has been turned completely to crap.
And here's one of my problems here. This makes the whole apocalyptic world setting completely pointless. When Highlander 2 did it, there was...
Apparently, there's an immortal that is being being a spy in the fucking Vatican here in Italy.
Of course.
Why?
And he's called Giovanni. And for some reason, you need to listen even closely later on, but he sounds like fucking Liam O'Brien for no reason.
Beautiful. What time are you guys at?
15, 57, 58, 59.
Oh, shoot, I'm a bit ahead. Okay, I'll pause at 16:21.
Okay, I'll count you in.
Stop it.
Get used to it, Wibbs.
Oh, no.
Okay, Jova, 3, 2, 1, click.
But yeah, like I said, this makes the whole apocalyptic world future setting pointless. Because, when Highlander 2 did it, it was to set up, the plot, where Connor McLeod, whatever his first name was, to eventually, destroy the thing that was causing the world to go to crap.
Yeah.
And in Highlander 3, of course, it was mainly about there being only one, but even still, that was the sake of also saving people from the bad guy. Heck, even in Highlander 4, that had to do with, bettering the world. But this one just seems to be self-centered.
Basically,
we're trying to find
another thing, Jova. The Immortals are also searching for a thing that it's called the Source. Roll credits. Basically, it's kind of like a fairy tale between Highlanders that says it's something that will give them infinite power or something. However, they never actually believed in it. But the recent events may be thinking, basically let them thinking it's actually a thing. So they're actually searching for him. And this guy apparently had the coordinate, but since he was riddled with bullets, now he has a useless map, basically. And now the Guardian the villain of the movie is going to kill him.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
You know, let me guess. The source is going to be that ultimate prize that every single movie is ranted about, isn't it?
No, Joe, but the source has never been mentioned up until now, and now for some reason it's the be all MacGuffin of the series, even though it's never been mentioned before. You'd think the Immortals would have talked about it earlier. Not that.
I get that. So I'm guessing that this is ultimately going to be that prize.
I'm sorry for bringing up I'm sorry for pointing at the elephant in the room, but so how does the source fit into the whole Zeist thing exactly?
Remember, the films get retconned with each sequel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Italian immortal that's been portrayed into the Vatican, it's actually a priest, by the way, is so out of place in the context of anything, but especially in the context of Highlander, because apparently he's a bigot, basically, which doesn't fit at all with what Highlanders are and what they believe.
Yeah.
There you go. He's the bad guy. And actually, I have to give him credit for an Highlander villain. He's actually smart because he's wearing protection for his head.
Of all movies, this is the one.
Why did it take them that long to think of it?
Oh, but don't worry, Mujova. The movie will completely forget about this after this fight.
Of course.
Just watch. Well, after pointless transitions with Connor. Or Duncan. Fuck, I keep confusing the... Oh yeah, Joe. Remember Joe was in the last movie. He's basically one of the Watchers.
The Guardian.
Yeah, the Guardian is basically the villain of this movie, if you haven't guessed yet. It's literally the Guardian of the supposed source, and doesn't want the Immortals to get them because reasons.
Let me guess, the source is some unlimited power that will make them OP and unstoppable.
I don't know, honest. Again, Jova, it's not explained that. Nothing is explained in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
So, question: do we ever figure out what the prize is? It's the final movie.
Okay, so yeah, here's another problem. The fight scenes are all sped up because the moron who directed this movie doesn't know how to choreograph a fight scene.
Yeah, the choreography fucking sucks.
And also, stop cutting so fast.
Divs is having a blast, I'm betting.
Oh, this is the kind of action movie I hate. Ones that have cameras that, cuts that are way too frequent and way too fast.
Basically, both Mythos and basically all the Immortals that have talked to each other are getting ready to basically
of all the things
find a place to team up and tag along and try searching the source.
Yeah, poorly done fight scenes. Of all the things you take from, of all the things the film should take from Batman Begins, it should not be its fighting scenes.
Wait,
unless it's like car chases.
Dwibs, foul, Dwibs.
And I'm not just talking about this movie. Almost quite a lot of action movies have tried to do that.
Are you seriously comparing this to Batman Begins? Look. Batman Begins' fight scenes were jerky, I'll give you that. But seriously, they could...
Sorry, I should make it more clear. This movie took those kind of scenes but made them worse.
No. Honestly, it's not even comparable. Batman Begins did not constantly do all this and that. It may have some slowdown, but even still, that was done with a sense of, timing and whatnot. I mean, the fight scenes were by no means perfect, but they were...
and now you hear the Guardian distorting the catchphrase of... Yeah, he distorted the catchphrase of the Immortals.
Wow, the effects.
And also, get ready!
Yeah. Okay.
So the Guardian himself is an immortal?
Yes. Basically, that thing he has on his neck, that's to prevent decapitations.
Well, he already.
Again, it's a smart move, but apparently he removes that after this fight and never use it again.
Because that's clever.
Yes.
And of course, everything explodes, because as we've learned from Highlander 2, when the quickening happens, everything explodes.
Oh, so apparently...
What the hell is even happening?
Okay, is this gonna end? Oh, thank you.
Basically, Duncan has basically found the explosion a bit suspicious and then gone investigate.
Yeah.
So basically now he has to confront the villain, and trust me, Jova, if you think Smurf Phillips from Endgame was over the top, you haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Sorry, I think there's a movie I have to find here, but where is it? Where's the plot?
There you go.
You're looking for the plot whips?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the hell is he wearing? What?
Line.
I'm sorry, was something serious happening? Never mind.
They dragged this guy from some local theatre production and put him in this movie. Stop,
This guy?
Damn it, you have to have the fast cutting in during a dialogue scene.
This guy sounds like a poor man's Bill Niley.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guardian of the fucking source.
Okay.
With all the subtlety of a fucking Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? He actually managed to pull a better Scottish accent than the actor playing Duncan.
Okay.
How wonderful.
Batman Begins, I apologise to you. This is Catwoman territory now, where you have to have edits during a dialogue scene.
I'm honestly appalled that you have compared this to Batman Begins in the first place. I mean, Batman Begins his fights.
I did, but then the movie started doing this.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like, Batman Begins his fight scenes. Okay, they were rather shaky. That's all they were, shaky.
What the hell is it?
Oh my god.
And you know what, Sadwibs? This is... Okay, yeah, okay. You can definitely compare this to Catwoman, but the sad thing is that even I think Catwoman still had better production values.
Okay, I'm convinced. Did Pitoff ghost direct this movie?
Well, honestly, Dribs, I'd actually say
the guy who directed Catwoman.
I know. I'm saying, honestly,
Dribs, I was telling Tio.
Okay. Basically, the idea of super speed for this villain is basically, much like Spoonie said, is because at this point in time, Duncan is so overpowered by having consuming some of the most powerful immortals on the Earth, that they needed something to match him.
Sure, why not?
The problem with the execution is fucking terrible.
Dude, I don't know what you're saying. They were obviously trying to make this guy heavy as heck. Wait, Tio, are you telling me that they didn't intentionally make this guy silly? Oh, don't you see, Tio? It was all part of the master plan.
Get in the car.
What to say?
Yeah, these immortals can at least be knocked out by bullets, unless that is a special.
Basically, the idea of Joe is that he needed to basically knock off Duncan to get him away, pretty much. However, the Guardian doesn't care because reason.
James,
Rachel?
Oh, fuck this side of time.
No, Dwibs, don't do it yet.
Trust me, Dweebs, the decider time will come, but you need to wait for a bit.
It's too bad I've already got the can now.
Well, that's your fault, then.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll make sure the sipping isn't too loud.
No,
it's not the problem, Dweebs.
That's not what we're worried about. We're worried about you being drunk off your ass.
Dweebs, hold off on it till the end. You don't want to have to deal with drunk Dweebs too much.
So it's not like going to be doing anything today after this, is it?
Dweebs, hold off on the drinking because you get drunk very easily. Save drunk Dweebs for the ultimatum. Then you can bring it out. And yeah, creepy kid. Oh wait, no, that's a woman. Never mind.
Basically, that girl is Anna, remember, the supposed new girlfriend of Duncan. And yes, she too is a boy.
Wait, they look so alike.
Family resemblance,
me,
I guess.
Don't worry, Joe, but trust me, we're all confused here. So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Well, at least
we've very generic, concrete place.
Stop the damn car!
I hear that can opening, Dweebs.
Yeah, apparently the Watchers are no more. Yeah, another thing that the movie completely pulled out without explaining anything about it.
I don't know whether I should care or not.
Well, remember, Jova, even though they were more prominent in the last movie, Endgame, they were prominent in the series, they were still an important plot point in the previous movie, Endgame. However, now they're just gone.
Yes.
Of course.
Basically, Joe want to recruit Duncan in order to make him go with the Immortals that are searching for the source. But Duncan is angsty, doesn't want because
this movie's retarded, Jova.
Yeah. Weren't the Watchers trying to keep the Immortals in check in the
I see why you're having us watch this one.
What do you mean?
Is it because we're saving that animated one till last or something?
No, the animated one is actually not that bad. Are you talking about the show or the animated?
It's not even continuity, I think.
The anime film.
Yeah.
Oh, but I've heard the anime film is actually not that bad, is it?
Highlander has an anime film?
Yeah.
Highlander, The Search for Vengeance.
Oh, man. When was that made?
2007,
I think.
2007.
Oh, okay. Same year as this one.
Same year as this.
Also, reminder, the only remotely good thing about this movie is that the DVD/Blu-ray, I think, case contained a trailer for a cancelled Highlander-themed hack-and-slash video game that, of all people, Square Enix was making, but then got cancelled because this movie bombed.
That wouldn't have been something. A Square Enix budget sort of title being attached to the Highlander series could have been a good thing, though it would have been so ironic considering the production values.
It's a shame too, because if that game would have been started development in later years, it could have been made by Platinum. Now that would be awesome.
Well, who knows? Maybe the future will reserve something.
Maybe getting Nier Automata at the very least.
No, what I'm talking about is that if you've played Metal Gear Rising, trust me, that's how I
played the demo.
That's how I want a Highlander game to play.
What?
So,
Metal Gear Rising
with the blade mode.
What incredibly awkward and really hard for me to get used to.
So, Pedro, what's up with these flashbacks between him and his girlfriend?
We're trying to establish his relationship with Anna.
It seems like they're breaking up in this flashback.
Yeah, basically the relationship is up and go, basically. Sometimes they love, sometimes they leave, or something. I don't know, the movie doesn't fucking explain.
So let me get this straight. They get rid of his old girlfriend, only to have him break up what is supposed to be with his current girlfriend. Well, hey, at least the movie's nice enough to tell us where we are.
Okay, guys,
is this border of Dracula's cast? Basically, this is the point of convergence that all the immortals have decided to go around. Why? Because in this place lives an immortal that can give them some advice.
Okay, I figured out how not to get drunk off cider that quickly. Take baby sips.
Basically, apparently Giovanni now is dressed as fucking Albert Wesker from all people.
Because
that's
reasons.
Wait a minute. Huh. The Italian guy looks like he's trying to cosplay like a fusion between.
I told you, Albert Wesker from Resident Evil.
I'm not to sad. Not to sad.
It looks like a mix between him and a changeling of Star Trek.
Yeah. Not only that, but he's also got a bit of Vincent from Devil May Cry too, and some Lucius Malfoy to boot.
And I told you, his voice sounds surprisingly very similar to the one of Liam O'Brien, even though it's not him playing that role. And here's Meetups. Also, fun fact, the guy playing that immortal in the background that just made that terrible joke, physically resembles one of the ex-boyfriend of my sister. Like, I made him watch this movie, and he was like, yeah, that guy looks totally like me, why the fuck?
Oh yeah, this movie apparently cost $13 million to make.
How much did it make, Lives?
It doesn't say how much it made.
Oh, because if it's not the box office, it doesn't. Okay.
It didn't get a theatrical
So $13 million for a direct-to-TV movie.
Yeah.
Well,
no, not even direct to DVD. Remember, Joe? Direct
I
to
said
video.
direct to TV.
Yeah, direct to TV. Sorry, TV.
Sports.
So, yeah, I see them maybe making use of, like, maybe $1 million, but where'd the other $12 million go?
Probably in order to cast back the original actors for their original roles.
Yeah.
At least that's my guess.
The Highlander series is about to become the next water cooler.
About? Oh, wait. You're speaking past tense, aren't you?
Open the door.
This is most unorthodox.
Okay, fuck you then.
God damn it, stop reading my mind. I was going to say that went well. God damn it, movie.
I guess you're on a certain plane of existence with this movie's being.
Yeah.
Perhaps you and Brett Leonard think alike.
You're that convincing. Also, as you can tell, that kid is probably a rookie immortal because he has very little power.
Yeah.
Right.
Either that, or he's just one of the lazy bums who figures to just live in society as opposed to get stuff.
And here's Anna.
Wait, wife? I thought you said it was his girlfriend.
Wife, girlfriend, who cares? Like,
love interest.
Well, that's kind of a big difference.
What?
what the fucking hell?
Busting in.
What the hell's going on here?
And now they've been caught by the Illuminati. No.
Highlander the Sword is Illuminati
about not
confirmed.
fighting on holy ground.
I guess it depends on what sort of religion, holy.
Technically, all of them counts. Remember, I think it was in Highlander 2 they could an arm on what's the name? Something that was not Christian. And remember, in Highlander 3, they couldn't fight on a cemetery because that counted as holy ground.
I guess it. Well, like I said, maybe it depends on what religion of holiness it is.
No. From what I gather, it counts basically all religious kind of things.
Okay. The guy who directed this movie,
yes?
His previous credits include The Dead Pit, The Lawnmower Man, Hideaway, Virtuosity, T-Rex Back to the Creacious, Siegfried and Roy the Magic Box, Man-Thing, and Feed.
Wait, he made the Man-Thing movie?
From 2005, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those titles sound stupid enough to look into.
Oh, and get ready. You'll never guess how the Elder looks like.
Let me guess. He's a very, very decrepit old guy.
You're onto something.
Why do I get the feeling this is going to rip something off unbelievably?
No, he's basically a giant wrinkled ball sack or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ew, go away, camera, god damn it.
Do we really need to look at that thing?
Special effects compel.
Hey guys,
What?
I know this movie only cost $13 million to make, so they have to do some
Hold on,
cuts
he's
here and
actually
there.
about to explain important plot points, I think.
But the effects aren't very good. Right.
Not my... God damn it!
Pardon me, I was just choking on that scenery for a bit.
And that was it.
No, don't worry. Basically, we left the Rookie and Joe on guarding the entrance. Also, an immortal preferring firearms instead of swords. Disgusting.
Yes, let's shit even more on the lore, why not?
I'm just checking on one of the
Hold on,
films.
he felt a disturbance in the force.
As if hundreds of thousands of Highlander fans suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
Yes, Dweebs, it involves a puzzle.
Oh no. No, I refuse. I am not getting dragged into this shit. Good day.
Professor Layton and the mystery of the source. Guess what? Our favorite
honestly, too, I don't think even Layton could solve this one.
That's why he left.
Okay, a bit of a backstory. Yeah, he's about to explain a bit of a backstory. Basically, he was part of an expeditionary team of immortals back when the world was very primitive to find out basically the source. What's the source? Well, at least from this explanation, it's basically what gave, what generated the immortals, I think. Remember, all of this is vague or not explained. Basically, it's something that made the immortals what they are, actually mortals up until their head isn't chopped off. However, part of his team basically suffered terrible consequences, but he will explain that in a bit. For now, the rookie guy basically is about to fight the Guardian on holy ground, by the way. Yeah.
I thought they didn't fight on holy ground.
There you go.
And now we're in fucking
Mars.
We're in John Carter.
in the source.
Sauce. Yes, we find the answer in the Tabasco sauce.
And the tomato sauce.
So, yeah, I'm convinced that this source is going to end up being some giant ball of light that somehow grants you the prize.
Well, if anything, Jova, I can give you this. It's not a Star Child.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, you think you fear this may end with a Star Child, but thank God it doesn't. It still fucking sucks, but...
honestly,
Basically, the source made them fight each other up until 3 were left. And basically, when the source got activated, it caused some kind of reaction.
Yeah, brilliant death scream.
Notice my directing.
But why? It's shit. Why would I want to notice it?
What?
There you go.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this movie
we're
got
not
made.
gonna explain why. Basically, the source transmuted him into this, while still giving immortality, and made the other guy the Guardian, pretty much.
Right.
So basically, one guy gets super speed and funny accent, and the other becomes a giant ball sack.
I don't see what the Guardian really has to complain about. He seems to be having fun with his life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not even a curse, honestly.
I mean, he's just kind of fat.
Okay, fuck you, movie.
No.
So in that case, yeah, going for the source sounds like a suicide mission.
Yep. And he's gonna tell them why also in a minute.
So basically, this whole trip has just been the equivalent of them doing soul searching.
Yes.
So we've wasted. Yeah, so we've wasted nearly half the movie on just soul searching, just trying to find where I came from, as opposed to, doing something.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like there's some competition for a prize of sorts.
Stop doing that.
What? Wait, she's pregnant?
No, remember, the immortals cannot have children.
Well, I know that, but I mean...
It is true!
Basically, he showed her where the source may be.
You can make a song out of my yelps.
Already did. Why are we even still looking for the source? I mean...
Remember, they still want to discover... Remember... Oh, hold on.
But it's the thing that made them.
Release what? Again, release what?
Is he orgasming?
Oh my god! Is he turning into orphan now? I mean, remember Teo at the when he turned to robot.
Release at last release.
Yeah, basically he became orphan Jova. That's what he did.
Yeah.
So he orgasmed.
Joe is
so does that mean he's gonna start telling pretentious monologues? Salvation is born of misery. Miracles born of... I don't even remember what the other one was.
What?
Oh, you're gonna love this. Remember, that katana is of Connor, the original Highlander.
Yes.
They're gonna break it, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep. There we go.
The very last memory of Connor McLeod, the original protagonist of Highlander, is broken in half and used to kill one of the most important characters of the series, Joe. Thank you so much, movie.
That's this movie in a nutshell. That's literally the death of Highlander right there. It's dead.
Wow.
They killed it right in front of us.
You'd think it would have died after they killed off Connor.
But, well...
Wait, they did kill off Connor in Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember,
Sorry
technically,
if I don't remember.
Duncan absorbed him or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry if I can't remember.
It's like what Paige said earlier. By 2007, who was asking for this?
Exactly. I mean, that's the... I mean, Sci-Fi Channel wanted to... If the Sci-Fi Channel wanted to, cash in on a popular franchise, you'd think they'd pick something else. I mean, nobody even gave a shit about Highlander at this point. Not even fans like me and Teo.
At least if you want to resurrect that franchise, at least make the fan happy or with something. Not spit in their face or something.
Why make it a continuation of a show that, ended on a definitive note? Why not just do what you did originally with the show? And
remember, Joe, man, honestly, the Highlander series would have been just better if it was just the first movie, full stop.
Yeah.
Okay, basically, another thing. Basically, the giant wrinkled ballsack elder told them basically that if they want to see the source, they need to follow the instruction of Anna, since she now has the coordinates.
Please follow
However,
the enclosed instruction
the closer they get, the weaker they become, and eventually they will lose their immortality because the source kind of sucks away their power or some shit.
Isn't the source what gave them that, though, since the source is apparently where they all come from in the first place?
Again, Jova, the movie doesn't explain.
It's like if you made the Allspark for Transformers, all of a sudden the thing that could take life away from them.
Like, again, for how the rules of Highlanders are constructed, religion in this universe, it's not something an immortal has to follow, you know.
Oh yeah, I get that. What I'm saying is, like, I mean, so all of a sudden the source is what takes away their power. It's like if you made the Allspark, well, still the thing that gives all Transformers life, but all of a sudden, whenever they touch it,
I guess
it will also kill you.
Imagine if on Earth, without basically, the Allspark suddenly appears, the Autobots and the Decepticons have to reach it. However, the closer they get, basically, the weaker they become for some reason.
Which makes sense.
But they really want that cube. Who was that guy? Who was that guy, by the way? The one who just got offed?
Joe, remember, he is basically one of the Watchers and played an important role in the series and in the previous movie Endgame.
And from what I recall, he was one of the most popular characters.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I'm sorry.
Well, he was more of a likable character from the whole show, basically.
Yeah, but the reason you don't remember this is because you've never seen the shows. But so basically,
he was kind of the Obi-Wan of Duncan.
Right.
Also, daily reminder that Mythos was one of the Horsemen of Death.
And now he's just an immortal.
Sure.
Yeah, basically, it's explained in the series, but basically he was a bad guy that basically became a good guy when he was defeated. However, he's still a bit of a jerk.
What?
Ah, fuck you!
Oh, so they do only do out of commitment.
Yeah, but the problem is the Guardian didn't care, remember?
I guess the Guardian's just a rogue immortal who's gone insane.
Or maybe, he doesn't really care because he's over the top.
Well, I mean, I guess that'd be something of an excuse to make make the Guardian like a rogue immortal that, says, screw all to the rules, and I guess that would make sense.
So is that what they do? So wait. So this guy who was immortal, even though the other guys told him, no, you don't fight on holy ground, I don't care!
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's another thing this movie embodies. I just don't care.
Yeah. At this point, they just don't even care.
So
they still care enough to put $13 million in a direct-to-TV movie.
No, they care enough to try and... They're apparently going to try and reboot the entire series.
Well,
that's a different case.
Hopefully someone who actually seen the first movie was going to be writing that.
But yeah... I'm definitely seeing that Highlander 2 is a
better
film than this.
Can you guys think of any Scottish actor, or at least a character who can do a Scottish accent, who could play Connor McLeod?
David Tennant.
Greg Ellis.
I guess.
Give Bill Nye.
David Tennant.
Well, Greg Ellis is a bit too over the top, I think.
What about casting an actual Scot, like David Tennant or something?
I know I said a Scot, but I can't think of a Scot actor.
Yeah, David Tennant could play a good immortal for a Highlander movie thing.
You know what I'd love to see? Bill Nighy as an immortal.
Bill Nye?
No. Bill Nighy. The same guy who played...
Okay, basically
Davy
now they have
Jones.
to travel to the north. The source is the north of Northern Europe. So they have to take a ride on a boat, basically.
Yeah.
Also, completely unfitting epic music.
Yeah.
So, where are we again?
Europe,
at the moment?
Remember?
No. I mean, I go at the moment, because, you'd think that with the movie constantly giving subtitles of where we are, or characters that we meet.
Yeah, it was 2 days after they were at the monastery. They told him.
Yeah, but I mean, where are they at sea at the moment?
What do you mean?
Where are they at sea? I mean, well, they're going out to sea, but I mean,
basically,
do we know
need to go on. Basically, they have to cross, I think, a river, a lake, or an ocean, or something. So they snag a passage on a boat.
They're so getting back together by the end of this movie.
I'm so sad.
Joba.
If it turns out she's the actual real villain of this film, I'm gonna.
No
So
worries.
tell me.
Believe it or not, Twibs, that actually would have been a better twist than the one they've got planned.
I forget, but you know, it's been a long time since I've seen Highlander 1. What was the prize in it originally? If I recall, the prize was like immortality.
Become immortal, because getting rid of your immortality and living a normal life.
Yeah.
Okay. And being able to raise a family, I guess.
True,
and I guess it was the same for Highlander 2 and Highlander 3.
Well, honestly, for how they constantly change the rules in 2, 3, and Endgame, I honestly don't know what's the prize anymore.
Yeah, the prize at this point is just whatever the writer thinks it wants it to be.
Well, if I recall correctly, it was at least kept consistent between 1, 2, and 3. I don't recall was the prize ever mentioned in 4?
Could you imagine if they made the 6th movie? The prize would probably be, the prize is you get a golden ticket and have as many chocolates as you want.
Oh yeah, another plot point. Now apparently in this crap war there are cannibals.
What?
Oh,
I swear this series continuity is makes Sonic's continuity consistent by comparison.
Oh,
hell,
honestly,
even pre-reboot James Bond continuity makes more sense.
Honestly, Sonic continuity, for all its issues, you can still at least put them, you know, line to line, back to back in a continuity. It's more so the world that's constantly changing as opposed to the continuity. Well, the geography of the world.
Well, I'm including the world in that continuity thing.
No, Pedro, I think Jova is onto something. Basically, yeah, at least you can understand what's the order of things. With Highlander, however, there are lots of events unexplained. Like, imagine if at the end of one Sonic game everything is fine and happy, like for example at the end of Lost World, and the next one immediately starts at the basically in the crisis future of Sonic 06, where everything has gone to shit, everything is molten lava without explanations.
So like this series,
yeah.
Well,
and yeah, and now basically we have our temporary mooks to kill, cannibals.
And
that guy's terrified face looks so.
So, and of course they're all guys because men are pigs.
Of course we are.
Yes. No, I think there are a couple of women here and there. Rental Floss, what are you doing here?
What the hell? Apparently we are.
Then move.
Okay, the guy should be alive by now.
No, they want to savor the moment. They're playing with the food.
Also, again, an immortal using a firearm instead of a cutting weapon. Fucking disgusting.
Oh, now you got a cutting weapon. Oh boy.
Also, baseball bats, wooden baseball bats are able to resist, cutting-edge swords.
I guess if they're well, it depends on how.
I guess it makes sense with metal pipes, but with wooden bats, no. Just no.
Yeah. If it's a wooden bat, then yeah, by all means, the sword should slice through. If it's a metal or some sort of polymer sort of.
When did this turn into fucking Matrix Reloaded? Except with an even less budget.
And I remember, since Duncan has lost his sword, Broken is now using improvised weapons. Yay, we killed people!
God is merciful.
Oh, fuck you, Giovanni.
Why aren't they cutting off their heads?
Because we're not immortal, we're just regular humans.
Oh. Well, the movie didn't exactly make that very clear.
Well, the movie made it clear. Basically, as long as they don't say they're not immortal, then they're regular people, just cannibals.
Okay. It should be on fire now.
Hasn't touched it yet. There we go.
Oh, by the way, get ready. Here comes another, let's just say, moments that will make you cringe a lot.
Oh boy.
By the way, when did the movie state that these guys are cannibals? I mean, we know that they're terrible.
I told you, it's not explained.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, how did you guys figure that out? Oh.
Hold on a second. I'm ready.
God damn, at least Bay didn't repeat the same explosion.
Hold on.
You were saying...
Oh, no. So yeah, they completely. So yeah, they killed Highlander, and now they're gonna piss all over Freddie Mercury's grave. Brilliant.
So yeah,
this is such a tone whiplash.
This looks like a 12-year-old AMV you find on YouTube in 2006.
And now they're trying to do the
No, you are not worthy of singing this song, whoever you are.
So yeah, question though, how did you guys figure out that they were cannibals? Because
the captain of the ship told him.
Oh, okay.
Like, look at this! Look at this shit!
Overlay,
Okay. Now
constantly fading in and out.
Now we're in Quantum of Solace.
They include a fucking montage in this. This looks everything like a montage. The opening of a fucking
This looks like a YouTube video. I mean, seriously, with the whole first person while driving.
Like,
driving.
My God, the movie just
and more driving.
Yeah, it's because we're in Quantum of Solace.
The movie just dropped. Like, it was already bad, but it dropped completely.
And it's still gonna get worse, I'm guessing.
Yes.
That's no idea, Jova. Like, every time I watch this movie, I think something inside me dies a little more. It's like I'm getting too closer to the source and I'm growing weaker. Also, Mythos, what are you doing? Like, you can feel your... Okay. Toe. Go ahead. Okay.
How do you know that?
So basically, they're approximately in Russia, I think.
Nah, I mean, like, well, that island looks rather secluded. For all we know,
but remember, we're northeast Europe, so it's either one of the Norwegian, Finland, Sweden countries or Russia, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. But if heading east towards Russia, well, then that would mean that they have to be like on one of the far countries in between the likes of Russia and Europe.
Oh,
yeah.
The cheesiness is
It's not just. It's like I told you guys. Giovanni has no right to be in a fucking Highlander movie. Like, if you make like something like priest, a generic priest vampire hunter in a Halloween kind of like setting, okay, fine, because you establish your rules. But by the rules of Highlander, you have no rights to exist, nor to be a fucking bigot. Like, he knows what immortals. Everyone there of these characters know what immortals are, and yet this doofus just continues pretending it's all part of God's plan or something. Like like he's that fucking kid that while you're in high school, he's still stuck in five-year junior school.
Okay, okay. You know who's originally supposed to direct this movie?
Who?
It was supposed to be Russell McKay who did the first and the second.
Oh, really? Russell McKay was supposed to direct this.
So basically, this is supposed to be a return to form, but since they couldn't get him back, well, they had to get a completely new director.
Maybe here's my guess. He read the script, he saw how awful it was, and okay, I'd read it too, but even I am above this.
Okay, I'll read the thing for you.
Go ahead.
From IMDb.
Go on, Bibs.
Russell McKay was attached to direct the film early in development. McKay disagreed with the writers on the producers on the direction of the story, as he wanted it to be a prequel focusing around the first ever generation of immortals, thousands of years before the original Highlander, with Adrian Paul only appearing as Duncan MacLeod in a framing story. On the other hand, Panzer and Davis wanted to follow up Endgame and have Duncan appear throughout the whole movie. Eventually, he left the production, feeling that a repeat of the events that resulted in the critical and commercial failure of Highlander 2, the quickening was about to happen.
You know, how sad is it that I think
the guy,
the prequel idea would have been the better one?
Was going on the big time.
And he actually learned from Highlander 2. It's like, okay, nope, I ain't doing this again. And amazingly, they managed to fail even harder than Highlander 2. Well, kudos to him. K-E. Why do you all of a sudden have more of a posh accent? Well, not posh, but a British accent. A corny one at that, too. Weren't you Scottish? Dwibs, you're the British one. Tell me, how the heck does Scottish turn into British accent all of a sudden?
But Scottish is a British accent, Joe.
No, I meant, you know what I mean. The Brit in that...
Don't you mean English?
Yeah.
Basically, Dibs, when I say British, I mean, of course, how the world sees England.
Well, how the world sees England, they need to read a little bit more about us.
Basically, Dibs, how the heck does a Scottish accent turn into an English accent on the fly? Because that tends to happen a lot in these European settings in fiction I see.
I suppose either he's putting it on, or I'll just go over the simplest option.
Hey, what
the actor wasn't
even
trying.
We speak European. Yeah. Oh my god.
You saw
the
me?
violin suggests that we should care.
I guess.
I don't really.
Who does?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep.
Oh, for God's sakes, will you two just pork already?
But Jova, they're immortals. They can't be married or have children or...
She's his wife.
That reminds me, Dwibs. Do you think when they did that when Shyamalan did that stupid shit in Last Airbender, where Avatar's not supposed to have a family, even though there was never ever a thing in the original series? Do you think he actually stole it from this?
Maybe.
I guess.
Hey, okay, you know what's weird? It's like, well, she's his wife, so technically they are together. Hey, you know what this makes me fake?
What?
Okay, say in theory that, okay, they have sex a lot, but she can't get pregnant because, well, immortals can't have kids. So that makes me wonder, if all of a sudden they became mortal, could that mean that she could instantly become pregnant and then have all those kids right there?
They never explain, Jova, that's the problem.
Wait.
So we can just guess, but we can never actually get a grasp.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying I just called something? Like, is she going to become magically pregnant or something by the end of the film?
Not magically, but you'll see.
Oh, God. What is it with me calling stuff and stupid... Never mind, it's a thing. Ah, there we go, just as I predicted.
The power of boners.
Well, hey.
I guess nothing is more exciting than having sex while in a quest for searching the world.
Well, hey, somebody's got to get a rise out of this film somehow. Wait, is the film trying to scare us while a sex scene is going on?
Truly a masterpiece. Or should we say a masterpiece?
Look out! She's taking his clothes off! Be frightened, all you 10-year-olds!
Be disturbed.
Yeah, that wasn't loud enough.
Anyway.
You see,
let's play a game. Let's guess who's gonna get killed next.
The guy with the dodgy Scottish accent.
Yep.
I called it, yes.
How do you guess?
High five, Jailer.
Again, the film is trying to scare us while these two are porking.
Like, this is incompetent direction 101.
Pedro, your thoughts on this scene?
You're only just realizing that.
It should be shown to people that are studying cinematography to show how not to make a movie.
At this point, Joe, I'm just depressed by what Highlander has turned into.
So, well, is this as bad as it gets? And okay, the guy's apparently
just when you think, is it because you have to remember, Jova, guys like me and Teo who grew up with the original movie, we even when shit like Free and Endgame came out, and even when the cartoon came out, we at least took solace in thinking, okay, let's look at the bright side.
It can't get worse than that.
It can get worse than 2. It can possibly get worse than 2. There's at least that. So it can only go uphill from here. And then this movie shows up.
Oh, I get that. What I'm saying is, like, I'm saying this part of the movie, is this as bad as the movie gets, or is there still even worse to come?
No, the ending is the true...
Fuck you.
Yeah, gee, maybe... Okay, seriously, dude, look, guns have some advantages, but you're using a gun in close-range combat with a guy who you know is a sword master. Guns are meant for ranged combat. If you're that close up, use a sword. So wait, let me get this straight.
Has he cut his head off?
No.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd come to this, but yes, I'm essentially giving a reverse argument about the issue with, getting a gun instead of using a sword. Someone was too stupid to use a sword, even though you're a freaking immortal.
You're telling me, mate.
Actually, come to think of it, if he's an immortal, shouldn't he at least have a sword on him at all times in case another immortal thinks to attack him?
So even though he's an immortal... So wait. Even though he's an immortal, he dies from being stabbed a lot.
Yes. Remember, Jova, we're getting close to the source. That means we're getting weak.
Don't you mean dweebs?
Yeah, dweebs, sorry.
Hey, I'm Jova.
Not even close.
I try. Hey, I try my accent more than the guy here does his.
And you both do your... It's better than that one Chinese guy in Indigo Prophecy.
The Confucius... the question, Teo, have you seen the story of Indigo Prophecy?
Yes.
Do you remember the Chinese guy?
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute.
Have you seen our playthrough of it, by the way?
No, not
Basically, go see, because when we get to the Chinese guy, Jova loses his temper and gets fucking pissed as hell because of his Boston accent.
Not just that, another New York accent too. Oh yeah, not to mention that they swaps between Chinese and another foreign accent too, but more on that later. Or in the past.
And yes, guess what? Giovanni still blames everything on God and everything. Like,
I tripped over my lunch. God did it.
Meanwhile,
like the only character you wish to die hasn't died yet.
Meanwhile, actually,
wait,
the whole...
Yes, Pedro?
No, it's off topic, so never mind.
Waves?
So wait, did they just say the whole there can only be one thing was bullshit?
Yes. again, Dwebs, the entire purpose of this movie, apparently, is to shit all over everything and destroy the entire lore as we know it. This is basically, I swear, it's like the people who made this movie hate Highlander with all their strengths, and they went out of their way to destroy everything.
So, here's my question. This is in continuity with the first Highlander film, but if there were all these immortals in the first place, how the heck did Connor win the prize in Highlander 1, Highlander 2, and Highlander 3?
Because clearly those movies were made, without him having to do so many sequels in mind.
Oh, I get that. But it's the fact that, they constantly remind us that those films are still part of this movie continuity. So, they don't even have that excuse. I mean,
the problem Jova relies on the fact that the sequels don't even try to, interconnecting with the previous movies.
Then why the heck don't they just make them their own things?
Well, Jova, that's a very good question. You should ask that to the developers.
Yeah.
Who are you? Guys, this is clearly a trap. You should move away.
Yes.
No.
So, is that just an ordinary schmuck, or is that another immortal?
No, that's a generic bait, basically. We're not supposed to care. Don't worry.
All right.
I mean, Duncan at this point knows pretty much that he is under risk because he doesn't have his immortality anymore, almost. So, of course, now they can be harmed by the cannibals, so it's not a great idea to get in a fight right now.
Wait. So this entire island is overrun with cannibals?
Yep.
Okay, sure, why not? Why don't these cannibals ever just leave the island?
I don't know. Again, Jova, the setting is never explained.
What the fuck is...
And these cannibals can apparently leap through the trees.
I'm gonna get you!
Yeah, apparently we're attacked by cannibal Ewoks.
In addition to the Guardian.
Well, the Guardian is just there to troll them, pretty much.
Oh, I see. This kind of reminds me of that scene from Bridge to Terabithia. Only the scene from Bridge to Terabithia was more dignified.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Did miss anything today?
No,
you missed some more horrible editing.
Well, at least I've dodged that bullet.
Oh, and here's Brental Floss again.
Wait, he's alive after getting shot in the throat?
Yes. Why not?
Ow.
Ow.
That expression.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling that this is really stupid.
Getting defeated by
Gee, Jova, you think this is really stupid? Whatever gave you that idea?
I don't know. Something about the fact that this constantly craps on, everything we know about the lore, or the fact that, our heroes are felled by simple shots in the leg. You'd think that adrenaline would at least help them.
Tranquilizer darts, but still fucking stupid. And now basically we're getting ready to get, eaten one by one.
Yeah.
Weird. They have a perfectly good meal that they just hung on their gate for some reason. And for that matter, why would they want to leave that sort of thing as a warning? Wouldn't they want to, leave all unsuspecting people completely ignorant so that they could jump them?
I don't know, Jova.
They're lucky the heroes were too stupid to realize that it was a trap from the get-go.
So yeah, you can see there are even cannibal women, even though that one looked more like a prostitute.
So yeah, our main villain is sort of taking a backseat to cannibals of all things.
Yep. Oh fuck you, Giovanni! Just die already. It's like with Johnny in Thousand Asian Tale. Apparently, the creator of this media apparently hates it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, behold the new true Scotsman fallacy. which is appropriate since this is a fucking Highlander movie. For those that don't know, the no true Scotsman fallacy is basically something atheists like me use when crazy Christians try to accuse. Oh, but don't you see? But what about these Christians? These Christians don't mind certain things. Oh, but those guys are not real Christians.
Yeah, it's sort of like when people say, "Oh, you're not a true fan of Insert X."
Hate that shit.
And now the Guardian is there just to troll them some more.
So yeah, how humiliating is this? You died to cannibals, you couldn't even make it to the final boss. Hey, wait a minute. If he's an immortal, shouldn't he be getting weaker coming? Oh, wait, he's the Guardian.
He's the Guardian of the Source, so he's getting...
So that's what being the Guardian is so special about. He's just an immortal who can do whatever he wants, no matter how close he is to it.
His only purpose in life is to prevent people from getting to the Source.
So, how exactly is he the villain, then, if that's his job?
I don't know. Because he has an evil temper.
Oh, man, I wish the movie was about the Guardian. He's the only character in this movie that I actually enjoy.
Again, he's pretty much one of the guys that wanted to enter the League.
And he's letting him go?
The movie sucked so much. And now he's kidnapping Anna for no reason whatsoever.
Not like she was going anywhere to begin with.
Remember, Teo, she's not just Anna, she's the female Anna. Autobots, we move in and kill them all.
So does this Guardian like have an evil plan or something, like force one of them to...
He's just kidnapping her because...
Shouldn't he be trying to kill them all to prevent them from getting the Source?
That will imply some logic in this mess of a fucking movie. Oh no!
No! Dun 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 dun.
This fucking movie.
Quick, you've only got a short amount of time before the fuse goes off.
Oops. So yeah, the only character that's actually gonna get out of this normally, it's fucking Giovanni.
Maybe he'll redeem himself and save them.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, wait.
Just watch, Jova. Yep.
But,
fuck you, movie!
You moron. Don't you know that that's a really risky move anyway? So Giovanni...
Yeah, take a wild guess on what's gonna happen to Giovanni.
He's gonna
die.
Yeah.
Can we guess?
Oh, it would be even greater as if, for sake of irony, he gets pierced right through the heart showing.
Yeah, Joe, I was gonna say, I think the best question is, how is he going to die?
Well, take a wild guess.
It's going to be something biblical, isn't it?
Decapitation?
Crucifixion?
Don't worry, you'll see.
And that would be the easy. That would be way too used an easy Jova. They want to be even shittier.
Also, have you noticed how there are not quickenings in this movie aside from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Because no one's really got their head chopped off except for
apparently they ran off budget with all that fucking explosion, so they couldn't permit any more special effects like that.
The quickening effect in this film looks terrible. So
yeah.
Which is weird because they had enough money to have, a random security guard get his head torn off.
It's sad, even Lewis pointed this out in our playthrough. It's sad when, of all things, Phantasmagoria 2 is the one that truly creates something worthy of the quickening.
So, okay.
Slowly. So, yeah,
let me guess. Giovanni's going to get recaptured, isn't he?
Oh my god. And there's still like 20 minutes left of this movie.
Yeah.
So what's there saying about the one, like some chosen one?
No, I think it's referring to the girl being able to detect where the source was. I don't know. Again, Jova. Once again, the movie doesn't explain anything.
I wonder.
It just states random things like now you're able to see the source. Why? That's why.
Guys. Hey, guys.
Wouldn't it make more sense if Duncan was the one, as they put it, the chosen one who can actually do all this, since he's like the main lead of the freaking show?
Hey guys, do you know what the icing on the top of the cake is?
What?
This was supposed to be the start of a trilogy of films of this series for Sci-Fi.
Like, how do you continue? Well, as you see with the ending, for once, it's not sequel baiting. It's very conclusive. So how the hell do you get from here?
Well, then again, that's probably what people said for the first Highlander movie, and look what happened there.
Well, to be fair, Dibs, the first Highlander movie at least has the excuse that there was a lot of positive reception towards it, so you could see why they made a sequel out of it. Nah, I'm not saying that it made a complete legitimate sense, but in the sense that people liked it, I can see why companies would have made a sequel out of it. This, on the other hand, though, from the get-go, I get the feeling even the scriptwriters realize that, okay, maybe we should just end things here and go for broke and reboot.
So, yeah, like an idiot, Giovanni got captured by the cannibals. Again.
Ah, I called it. Nice.
Wow, I never saw this coming.
And yes, even in agony, he's, is trying to ask forgiveness to God. Like, just die already.
Dun 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 dun.
So is Giovanni going to be eaten? Is he actually going to die?
Actually, no. As you see, Duncan and Mythos are trying to save him.
Oh! Let me guess. Let me guess. The way he dies is that right before his death, he quote unquote redeems himself by trying to.
Nope, he's running away.
I'm not talking. Wait. I'm not talking about now. I mean, I'm guessing that he's going to die like more towards the climax of the film. Well, final climax.
Jova, we are at the climax. Like there are like 10, 15 minutes missing.
I meant final climax. With the actual Guardian. Or are you telling me that this is all going to be part of the final climax too?
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
What the fucking hell?
Yeah. And
wait,
now
it is him?
And now Mythos just leaves. Like, no explanation given. He just leaves.
I guess he probably figured, I'm an immortal. Maybe I should get out of Dodge. Ignoring the fact that I've come with them pretty much to the point.
I'm probably gonna guess they wouldn't. They didn't want to kill the character, but they didn't have a good excuse to have him out of the final scenes, so he just leaves.
Bye then.
Bye. Yeah, we never see him again.
How important was Mythos to the lore?
He was one of the major supporting characters from the show, remember?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Yes. Oh, hi, Giovanni.
So yeah, let me guess. Basically, Duncan's gonna save Giovanni's rear end, and then in return, Giovanni's going to try assisting him, and then he'll die a supposedly honorable death.
No, the Guardian will just kill him right now.
So he's gonna die by decapitation. Wow, you're right. The Guardian really is a troll.
Like posing as God while simultaneously being like a fucking monkey. Surprise, motherfucker.
So, let me get this straight. I was right. So the one is basically now a chosen.
I don't know.
Okay.
There you go. Decapitation.
Gee, remember when Highlander was about, the one
However,
being,
no weakening because, no budget.
Well, again, isn't Duncan still a thingy? Isn't
No,
Duncan still a immortal at this point?
Well, yeah, remember, we're very close to
they're
the
all
source
immortals.
now,
They're just...
so...
They just
And there you
don't...
go. That's the source, apparently. A giant path of light that connects to the planets or something. I don't even know.
So it's like the plot MacGuffin of...
Also, apparently the planets are incredibly close to Earth now.
Yeah! Physically speaking, those planets should be crashing into one another with that
Not just that, we will be causing tremendous disasters due to gravity.
Yeah.
Like, for the standards of Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson, this should be a horror movie.
I'll say. Hey, you know what I missed? The days when Highlander was, just the chosen one being... Well, no, not even the chosen one, just the last one left standing. But here, apparently now, from what I'm getting, they're suggesting that there is a chosen one.
What?
Me.
So yeah, final confrontation. Duncan versus
And now, ladies and
Duncan, round two.
And now, prepare yourself.
Okay. Time to play the guessing game again. Guess how this fight will end.
Duncan just takes his sword and kills him in like a minute.
No.
Okay, that's your guess. No, that's your guess. Jova?
I gotta think hard on this one.
Only one option, remember.
Well, yeah, it would have to end by decapitation.
Okay.
Alright then.
Oh, wait. Let me guess. The Guardian... Let me guess. It turns out that the Guardian wants to die so that somebody else can take his place as Guardian.
Okay,
no.
that's your guess. No. Pedro, let them guess. So.
Also, this fight is stupid.
Also, as you can see, Anna is completely pointless.
Hey, wait a minute. I just realized what this reminds me
Ah,
of. This
Jesus
reminds me
Christ.
of, this reminds me of? This reminds me of the deleted ending of Highlander 2.
Now even Duncan can speed up.
Yeah, we still have a few minutes left in this movie.
Most of the acting, not the acting, sorry. Most of the choreography seems like it's CGI'd. Like, okay. Ah, Jesus.
That really is the quickening.
Also, that soundtrack.
Oh, hi, Jupiter.
Also, that green screen is so horrible.
Basically, the Guardian is teasing him, to kill him so he can take his place.
Yeah, piano music.
Oh my god, this is such a disgrace of a fucking fight scene.
Hold on. What was that about taking his place, Tio?
Yeah, remember the Guardian basically teased him. Basically, it's the usual dark side thing. Kill me and take my place, and as the dark side rule the galaxy, or some bullshit like that.
Oh, so I was right in saying that he was going to try and get...
Well, not technically, because that wasn't how the fight ended.
Oh, that.
Oh,
They're not even fighting, they're just...
poking each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Arg.
Wire jump of doom. slow.
Someone helping the cameraman is drunk.
And now he's creating a fucking tornado. What?
So
he's using the limit break.
What the fucking hell?
Your tornado? No, your tornado. No, your tornado.
This seems so overly cartoony.
That's because it is overly cartoony.
It is. I mean, when Spoonie reviewed this movie, he was shocked the same that
actually,
like
you know what's sad, Jova? This looks cartoony. Yeah. That's the thing. Even the cartoon showed more restraint than this.
Yeah, and not the anime. We're talking about the.
Wait, what's he doing now?
She's becoming.
She's spinning.
She's becoming a Sailor Senshi.
Sailor
I don't
princess.
know. Whatever. Don't care.
Wait. Oh my God. So is she Sailor Solar System or something?
Yes.
Sailor,
why not?
Sailor Source. I don't know. What the fuck?
Why is everyone suddenly spinning?
Yes, the Guardian spins so fast by blocking that he drills himself in the fucking ground.
Alright, Twibs and Jova, now you're gonna get where me and Teo get a specific line for our jokes.
So yeah, of course, ends in decapitation.
Oh really?
What the hell is he? Okay, I'm apparently on high right now.
Yeah.
Well, that is the name of the game. Doesn't he need to kill him anyway? Doesn't he need to kill him anyway, since he's an immortal and that's sort of the name of the game?
Hold on, Jova, hold on. You're still spinning. I'm done with this shitty movie.
Game. But isn't that the
And now he explodes like fucking Agent Smith.
Yeah, that's how the fight ends. Duncan spares him and makes him explode.
What?
But wait. But hasn't the entire series, been about the whole competition, beheading?
But don't you see, Jova? He decided not to kill him, so he proved that he's pure of heart, and therefore now he gets to be immortal.
So this is the prize, then. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that all those films...
They're about to explain what the final prize is, actually, I think.
Oh, no.
It's a baby, then.
It is.
And I called it.
It is, Vibs.
Oh,
yes, I called... Wait. Oh, shoot. And they're naked.
There we go.
Yay!
There's a prize. You're gonna have a baby.
So let me get this straight. The way to win the prize for Ultimately Sure was to just spare your opponents.
Actually, yes, Jova. I mean, that's complete. Yeah, like
let her say it because she's gonna say it.
The first movie, like Connor, in the first movie,
and now a Star Child. Now they're ripping off 2001. What the hell?
Yeah. Apparently, the way the first movie should have ended was to Connor giving the Krog enough.
Oh, they didn't do the monologue. Huh. Shame. Okay, allow me. In the original version of the movie, it's interesting. I didn't know they changed this for later releases. Anyway, okay. In the original version of this movie, there was a monologue from Anna saying that the true secret of the Source and to win mortality was purity of heart. I'm not even kidding. She actually says that purity of heart. So you see, guys, the secret to the secret of existence is to just have a pure heart. Enjoy.
Yes. Like
ignoring the fact
as Spoonie pointed out, all that fighting, all that suffering, all that death and cruelty of the previous movies was completely moot because of this. Like,
not to mention the fact
this is how the franchise ends. This is how Highlander ends. Like,
not to mention the fact that, purity of heart would suggest, that they've actually acted like that. But no, none of these characters have acted pure.
Also, you know what that means, Jova? That all the villains, quote unquote, of the franchise, like the Krogan, or the guy from the second movie, I forgot, or Murphy Leaps from Endgame, could never obtain the prize because they technically weren't pure of heart, because they were fucking villains. Like,
Sweet,
this movie is
irony.
so bad. It boggles my mind.
It's like...
I am absolutely convinced... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like if you took a rule book and said, not only am I going to change the rules, not only am I going to insert new pages here, not only am I going to use the pages as tissue paper, not only am I going to also use this as the toilet itself and piss all over it, not only am I going to poop on it, but you know what? Why don't I just burn the book and make a new book all the same?
But Jovi, you still have the bits of the other book left over.
I don't care, you see.
I am absolutely convinced that the people who made this movie hate Highlander. It's the only explanation I have. They hate Highlander. They hate that the first movie was beloved back in the 80s. So they made this specifically to come as a big middle finger to anyone that has ever cared about Highlander. Whether either the show, the movies, whatever. Like, this is basically a big hate letter to Highlander fans.
Yeah, a giant middle finger to everyone who gave a damn.
I mean, you can even with Highlander 2, you could at least throw it to maybe they didn't watch the first movie, even though they technically did, but that's a top.
Who remained who gave a damn?
But we already,
continue enough of the themes to at least get the sense of it being a sequel.
Even if they didn't know even if they never saw any Highlander movie before this, it would at least be just misguided like Highlander 2 was. This is literally just a big steaming pile of fuckery to shit on Highlander just because they hate Highlander, I guess. Ugh.
Oh, wow. That movie hurts you guys bad, didn't it?
Like, you have no idea, Jova. Like, you have to try that hard in order to piss off everyone. Like...
And with such a low-budget film that, from what I hear, I mean...
Think about this, Jova. For how bad it was, for how raping was the franchise with only one movie to boot, at least Highlander 2 had the possibility to be recut in order to add more decency, quote-unquote, at least to salvage something. This movie isn't salvageable at all. Like, there's nothing here that can be saved. The setting is nothing of the setting is explained. There's a huge time skip that's never explained. The world is going to shit and nothing is explained. There are new characters introduced that makes no complete sense whatsoever and are not explained. The source itself is something that comes anew and it's not explained well, and it's something that, never existed before, and the writer just pulled out of their asses. And justifies and say, oh yeah, that was the price all along. And by the way, the price involves having children and being goody-goody. Enjoy.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, of course, they destroy what was remaining of Highlander, basically killing off a bunch of likable characters and destroying the iconic sort of a franchise. Great job.
And yet they still left Mythos alive for some reason.
So yeah, final thoughts.
This movie sucks. The end.
Yeah, he pretty much done. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I will name one thing that I did enjoy about this movie: the Guardian.
The villain.
You can tell that the actor is at least trying to have some fun with this role. So kudos to him, because he was the one minor. Of course, it's nothing to save this movie because it doesn't even.
That goes to another problem, Pedro. When you really get down to it, the Guardian doesn't appear that much in the movie.
Yeah, but when he is on camera, he is pretty fun to watch. So gotta give the actor credit. He was at least trying to entertain someone with his over the top what a fuckery. So yeah, kudos to him at least. Okay, you get a jail free pass on this one. But everything else is pure garbage. The effects are garbage. The direction is garbage. The music, the music is just kind of there. I'm not saying it's garbage. I mean, it's not like Trent Reznor made this. And
to Dream's joy, the editing is garbage.
Yes,
especially the whole scene with
the editing is garbage. The effects are garbage. the story is garbage. The characters are garbage. Everything about
the budget is garbage as well. I mean, based on what they've actually used it for.
And this is just the whole thing of, again, I refuse to believe otherwise. I'm absolutely convinced. You will never convince me of anything that this movie was not made specifically to shit on Highlander. Because they specifically cherry picked every single element of Highlander and basically took a giant dump on it. So they
heck, even for more insult to injury, they made a direct-to-TV movie. I mean, that's like a backwater thing. Okay. And before anyone brings up something like Lion Guard, that's Disney Channel. Even Disney Channel is still a big-ass network, and that didn't stop it from having quite high production values. And still, that was an hour-long movie, so of course it was going to be on TV broadcast. But this is a feature-length movie being broadcast direct-to-TV.
And not just that, this is technically, the canon conclusion to the franchise, the highly praised, quote-unquote, franchise of Highlander.
Ends on Sci-Fi Channel. Bravo.
This is
fuck this.
This is how you end a franchise.
It's not the worst movie of all time because we still have the Guardian there, so there's at least one enjoyable thing, which is more than I can say for Revenge of the Fallen. But damn, is it up there?
And Ballistic.
Well,
I guess anyway.
True.
Yeah, honestly, for as boring as Ballistic is, I'm still gonna say this one's much worse.
Well, the thing is, okay, and not
it's almost as boring as Ballistic too, if it weren't for the Guardian. And heck, at least Ballistic actually had something more of characters we could actually get into. These characters
what characters?
The past.
All right, let's not get into another discussion about Ballistic. Let's just move on. Yes, this movie's a piece of shit. Dwebs, I pass the baton to you.
Yeah, okay. Now remember, I did not care that much about the first movie in the first place, so...
Dibs.
So...
Try judge this as a movie on its own.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that, because this is a movie on its own. Even for a direct-to-TV movie, I've seen... the Doctor Who TV movie was better than this, and that came out in 1996.
Look, even sitcoms look better than this.
The effects are terrible. The acting, for the most part, is pretty mediocre, even from Adrian Paul.
But the Guardian's enjoyable, I guess, right?
Yeah,
mediocre.
The writing makes no sense at all. The direction is awful. The cinematography is awful.
The editing
is awful.
How about the budget, Dwibs?
Well, it's $13 million. I should think they at least know where to spend that correctly. First off, get better writers, but never mind.
So how would you say that their budgeting was?
They clearly did not know how to spend that money.
Bingo.
It's like they spent $10 million of it on the effect for the quickening, and the other $50 million went to like salaries and everything else, and then they spent the rest on the movie. But yeah, this is definitely the worst Highlander movie on account that it's not just a bad script, but it's not even all that well made. I mean, hell, Highlander 2 at least had some decent looking bits here and there.
Highlander 2 could at least be enjoyed, as in what the fuck train wreck kind of factor. This movie is just painful to watch.
And Highlander 2 also still had decent acting, despite the script.
It had Sean Connery and all that.
Yeah, Sean Connery was awesome in the first movie.
I can't believe I'm actually complimenting Highlander 2. I did.
That's how bad this movie is, Jova. Pedro, sorry.
But this movie sucks, and I'm thankful that for us at least, this isn't going to be the last Highlander thing we're going to be watching.
Well, it's something with Dibs is actually glad that Highlander will continue.
Dibs,
and again, to be fair, I see where he's coming from.
Well, Dibs, here's a wish. Maybe the reboot will finally be the Highlander movie that you enjoy.
We'll see. But
at the very least, I think we'll be able to agree that it's at least a Highlander film that we can all agree has dignity.
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, the bar has been raised. The bar has been lowered so much that at this point, the guy can make even a bad movie would still be a kind of something where Highlander fans would go, yeah, sure, okay, I'll welcome this. It's a bad movie, but it's still better than the fucking source.
I remember, Pedro. I remember, Pedro. You and Tio yourself said that you used to think that that was the case of Highlander 2. And lo and behold, the source. I know it may be incredibly negative thinking, but I wouldn't quite say to...
Well, yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I mean, we all thought it couldn't get worse, and yet it did. So I guess at this point, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Go ahead,
I'm done.
Jova.
All right. Yeah, I may have been a bit blatant about it, but I think this movie was actually rather a shoddy job. To say the very, very, very minimum. To say the maximum would cause me to go into several vocacious and, well, hilarious amounts of swearing that, well, would probably last for about an hour until death. Basically, though, this movie sucks. But, hey... who am I to judge on this? I mean, it's not like I've seen the previous Highlander films. Oh, wait, I have. And, it's not like this movie constantly changes the lore. Oh, wait, it does, even more so than the past sequels. I mean, seriously, the past sequels, for the very least, at least to some point, still followed the rule book of the universe. I mean, yeah, they would sometimes pull a few strings here and there, but nothing that was outright, hey, let's completely smash this to pieces. Source, on the other hand, completely froze out the not fighting on holy ground, completely froze out the point of the competition in the first place. Also, it introduces the source, which is where they all came from, but that doesn't make any sense because we've seen in past films that they're pretty much born like any people, but then they're sent to Zeist, and then they're sent to Earth, and that's when they become immortal. So in that case, shouldn't the source not even be a thing since, they technically only gain that immortality on Earth? I mean, wouldn't that suggest that basically it's just something that illuminates across Earth and just reacts differently to their biology? I'm ranting. But even still, though, the ending, that the prize was ultimately some vast knowledge and the ability to become pregnant, that's stupid. Well, I mean, okay. Highlander 1 sort of did it, but that wasn't stupid. It still stuck to the rules. And, well, the way they're doing this seems to suggest that they also still have ultimate power. And yeah, you're telling me that a competition that somebody secretly wrote into the rules, oh, by the way, it turns out that how we're telling you to kill each other by beheading, yeah, we're just screwing with you guys. We just want you to fight to the death for our sick amusement. Instead, the real way to actually end it is just to spare an opponent. And boom, conflict solved.
Anyway, basically, we summed up everything. This movie is fucking garbage.
It's a travesty. It's garbage.
It's a testament to how not to
never as a sequel,
and how to not end a franchise.
Never as a sequel ruin a long-running franchise so spectacularly as Highlander the Source.
Pedro, what do you say? It's only movie, media, or in media in general?
Okay, in movies. Okay, fine. In movies. In media in general, I'll have to think about it. But movies-wise, I don't know of any other movie in a long-running franchise that has ruined, completely destroyed everything involving that said franchise so spectacularly as this movie did.
Wow.
Congratulations.
It's sad when you're making the director of Highlander 2 look like a genius for refusing.
No, but that's the thing. Russell McConaughey also did the first movie. That's the sad part.
Anyway, the positive note is that from this point onward, we can watch the rest of the Highlander franchise with a more lighter note, because even though some of it will suck, but even though there are good things among there, it will not be that disastrous.
So
God give whoever has to play the Atari Jaguar game
see you for Highlander: The Search for Vengeance.
Yeah, Jova. Good luck on finding an Atari Jaguar CD that works.
So yes, see you for Highlander: The Search for Vengeance, I guess.
Yes.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.